Hey, hello everybody. My name is Wes. I'm here with my good friend Slowly Going. And today
Hello.
we are looking at a video that scientifically is explaining to us why we use female avatars in video games. I know for me it's eye candy, and if I'm playing a desktop game for thousands of hours, I might as well look at something that looks aesthetically pleasing. But to that, if you guys do like what we do here, please like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video. Let's bring up them numbers, as Ludwig would
I
say.
still don't understand.
Are you a boy or a girl? A common question that many video games ask the player.
I don't know.
But in the
I don't know
world
what
of
I
video
am.
games, you don't have to pick the option that matches what's in your pants, leading to many Game Boys
Kind of like
playing
a
as Game
crazy
Girls
way
and
to
vice
start a
versa.
video.
But I'm gonna focus on
Yeah.
why guys play as gals because there's not as much data on why women play as men, and because I myself am a manly man who can speak from experience on
Surely.
this. All right, let's
Yes,
crunch
quite
some
the buff.
numbers. Overall,
Crunch
a majority
them
of players like to play
numbers.
as the same gender as themselves. Shocker,
Yeah.
I know. What can I say? People love to insert themselves into the video games that they play, and according to my driver's license, gender is a part of your identity. I'm the same way with my very accurate self-esteem.
Very,
Wait,
very
2008?
accurate.
I probably
What the
blew your
hell?
minds with that knowledge bomb, but let's get a little dirty with the details. I'm not gonna bore you by breaking down all of the data that I found, but you can see it on screen here. What I do want to draw your attention to is that 29% of males, almost a third, prefer to play as a female character when possible. Meanwhile, only 9% of the ladies prefer to gender swap digitally. Now, 29% is a high amount of men that prefer to play as a
We
female
like them
character.
tomboys.
So, why is that? Well, much like why I'm never going
Yes.
to be a famous movie star. There's multiple reasons for that, and I'll be covering them based off of studies and info.
Wait,
from my
who's
community.
Rave?
And if you're a guy that prefers
Rave?
to play as a gal, let me know why down in the comments.
Yeah, there's the
Alright,
third
let's start
thing
with
on
the most
there.
obvious reason that you're probably already thinking of: physical attraction. Much like how magnets can pull in metal, so too can a good-looking character model pull in the elusive man.
Them legs are
It's as
crazy
simple as that for
long.
some guys.
Unfortunate.
When given the choice, they'd rather see an attractive, curvy woman on screen than a chiseled, buffed-up stud muffin. Although,
Aw, come on, that ass though.
Venom's Venom's a special case, guys.
Bro's buff with a meaty ass,
So
okay?
it's no surprise that this reason was the most voted on
He
in the poll of my
does. He
community.
really
And honestly,
does.
I can't argue with that logic, and there's nothing wrong with that, as at the end of
Oh
the
my
day, it's
gosh.
just a video game. I know I've picked the female options sometimes just because they're easier on the eyes. And when I was a teenager, I sometimes bought whole games just because a hot girl was on the box art. Shout
Tomb
out to
Raider,
Mr.
I get
Mosquito,
it.
Because I bought that game solely because of this image. And
Yeah.
that definitely wasn't the
Mosquito?
only video game
What?
decision that I made because of my
Huh?
What?
I remember having my parents buy me Mass Effect solely because of the romance scenes that I heard about when my dad left Fox News on during breakfast.
It's made for Microsoft's Xbox system, and it features nudity.
Nah.
And yes, Tina
What?
Turner
That's
had
a
both
real-
Ashley and Liara.
Dude, that's a
Homori did
real
not care that she
thing.
was
That's a
space
real
racist, I guess.
newscast.
It's not racism, not really.
That's
Contrary to some people's
insane.
opinions online, gamers are people at the end of the day, and most people
Are
like looking
gamers
at
the
someone that
worst
won the
type of
genetic
humans?
lottery. See, now
Wow.
you're either looking at Scarlett Johansson or Ryan Reynolds, and not me. Point proven. Now, with that in mind, a guy may prefer to play as a female character because that's what he's attracted to. And you can bet that this works in developers' favor too, since hot people can sell just about anything, and devs know this. It's why there are whole games dedicated to thick anime girl jiggle
Yeah.
physics, why
Okay,
fighting
I've
games
Oh,
seen
yeah.
a little too much of Nikke.
and why every
Yeah,
company-
I would have to agree.
God, dude,
Wow.
leotards go crazy.
I do agree.
Jackson face. Seriously,
Ew.
they did Yvonne dirty in this game.
Oh,
Not to mention
ew,
the big
that
force
is
of
Michael
games that are
Jacksoned
all time
up.
on the
No.
minds of teens. It's no surprise how some
Yeah.
female skins in games like Fortnite or Marvel Rivals may appeal to the hormonal teenager. I mean, look at these
I see it,
examples.
yeah.
Fortnite is a third-person shooter, so this is what you're gonna be looking at most of the time. So Epic knows exactly what they're doing here. Many teens
I'm
probably
kind of
spent
sad I
their
didn't play
allowance on
around the
these skins,
time
but
where
they
there
were
was
available.
accidental
And speaking
jiggle
of which,
physics
how
on one of the
expensive
models.
are these skins
Quote
in
That
unquote
was a-
accidental.
that was a
2,000
thing?
Hill set. That's like
Yeah, that was
Hank
a
Hill
thing we
needs
talked
j-
about
oh
for a
wait.
bit.
Yeah, I'll just stick
Hank
to
Hill is
people
such a
since
flat
this
ass, he
game
wouldn't
made
have
money.
jiggle physics,
Oh, and
never
speaking of
mind.
Fortnite, I haven't played it in years. So what the
Yeah, no,
heck
it
is
was
This is lore
years
accurate,
ago
by the
at
way.
this
two
point.
kids puked all over it. Now, attraction
Oh
can't
my
encompass
God.
the only reason, as it doesn't take into account games that are primarily in first person or that have a younger main character. Oh god, I hope it doesn't apply to younger main characters. Speaking of titles with younger
You
playable
know it
characters,
does
you
for
ever
some
notice how
people.
all YouTube videos about Pokemon have the player using
Yeah,
a
I think when I
female
play
character, even
games
if they're
with like a
guy
younger
IRL?
character, I
Well,
play
I
as a
think that's
male.
because of my second reason, fashion. This one is obviously more subjective, but it definitely
Oh,
impacts
yeah.
You know,
the
yeah.
character you're
Women
gonna
do
play.
have better
And I can
fashion
kinda
in
speak
Monster
with
Hunter
this
at
on
least.
authority, because as you
Yep.
can
For
see,
some
I
outfits.
The
have
little bit
most
I've played
fashion
Monster Hunter, I can
clothing.
agree with
Now, I
that.
can't be the only one that thinks that the ladies
In
are
Monster
blessed
Hunter
with rare
World,
style
the
options in
Halloween
video
outfit
games,
is
right?
so
They
much
just
better for
slay in a
males than it is
variety
for
of cute,
females.
cool, and fancy
Okay.
games.
It's
Was that the
the
most
Pokemon
recent
that
Monster
carries.
Hunter?
Variety of edgy costumes. Oh, God forbid a
Wait,
guy
no, I meant to
looks
say
cute.
Worlds, not
And since
Wilds.
this was the
Worlds?
second
In
No, you said
most
Worlds.
option in my
Yeah,
poll,
in
I guess
Worlds.
I'm not alone
Okay.
in
Yeah,
thinking
okay, yeah.
this.
So the previous
Games like
one, the one
Pokemon,
before
Monster
Wilds.
Hunter, and various
Ah.
other RPGs may, in some guys' opinions, just give cooler or more stylish clothing options to females, so they choose to roll that over a guy. Heck, I remember changing my character in Monster
Final
Hunter
Fantasy,
to a
Yeah.
woman just because of the
all
outfits.
outfits are
Oh,
Look,
damn.
this is
genders.
like an awesome battle
Yeah, that
wedding
looks
dress thing, or
cool.
maybe it's meant to be a nun. I don't know, but
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's
Yes,
cool.
give me the
Vibes.
battle nun.
Dresses that I just find awesome. Oh, and this fashion reason doesn't just
Yeah,
apply
you
to
know,
base games.
Saber from
Mods are
Fate
also
do
guilty of
agree.
preferring female fashion over dudes'
Yeah.
as well. For instance, when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, I found the hair and clothing options to be a bit lacking. So I headed on over to Nexus Mods for some modifications to add some extra options. And oh boy, did I find so
I feel
few
like there's
mods
gonna
for the
be
male
too
characters
much
that
on there.
play more
Yeah.
hair
Oh no, he
options,
probably has
faces,
he probably
and
has a safe for
clothing
work setting on.
choices. And yes, I
Yeah,
did
he
see
probably
those
does.
other
Okay, there we
things going
go.
on.
lady models that I did not install and cannot show on screen, but you know what I'm talking about, you freaks.
Yeah.
Now all those
Okay.
extra options
Yes, we
almost
do.
made me roll a female character, until I decided to play a balding dark urge gnome bard that's named
What
Annoying. I think I made the right call.
Annoying?
When there are equal amounts of clothing and hair options for male and
That's
female characters,
fucking
sometimes
awful.
women's
I hate
Glorious.
looks better. It is so
Am I
true in real
annoying
life,
right
in
now?
my
Am I
opinion. I would
annoying?
love to show you some real life
You
examples.
always are,
Go to
let's be
Google and get the
honest.
most glaring
Uh.
examples. I did not want multiple images of the same jean and shirt style, Google. Thanks. But assuming you go outside and touch grass and go to parties, you know what I'm talking about. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. Dresses and skirts just have so many different forms that can fit into a variety of game worlds like ancient, modern, fantasy, and much more. Yet guy outfits are usually not as flexible for a ton of
Yeah.
different fashion
You just get a
varieties.
suit and some
suit
armor.
male armor look good, but there's only so much you can do with
Yeah.
it before you get tired of seeing something cool or edgy. Then on top of that, sometimes women just look better in the same outfit compared to men. It's not fair that they can pull off suits
This is
and
true.
skirts.
That does,
Meanwhile, my
yeah.
hairy legs would ruin a skirt so badly that I'd be
That's a
jailed
good
for
fit
war
too.
crimes.
With the
I'm
that
not
fur.
Scottish enough to pull off a cute. Anyways,
He's
this fashion
so
bias
honest.
then bleeds into video games, with female options having more clothing choices that are cool, cute, serious, or just plain
Oh,
old
wait,
fashionable.
that's
So for
fucking
some guys, they prefer
Mar-
little
Darling.
girl characters so
Yeah.
they can live out their dreams of being able to afford amazing
Great
fashion
anime.
varieties without creating tons of
Do
waste and
concur,
packing
I like that
underpaid
anime.
Haven't finished
seats.
it yet, though.
Seriously,
I
cool
hope
fashion
it
is
gets
awful
animated
IRL,
to
but
most
video game
recent
fashion avoids all that extra
manga.
baggage as well as the hefty price tag. And a quick
Oh, yeah,
tip
I'd
for
hope
you.
so, too.
Donate your old clothing if you can, folks. You get a tax break, you help
No, I
people,
don't want
and
to
you
spoil
cut down on
anything,
the
but
waste
like
in
it needs to
landfills.
happen.
It's a triple win. Alright, so those are the visual reasons that a guy may choose to play as a gal. But now let's consider the advantages of
Oh, wait,
this
he's a
decision
great
that
sword
dude
user?
may consider. To explain this, I need to
Thought
go
that was a
back in
hammer.
time to the mid
Yeah,
to
that
late
checks out.
2000s.
Nope,
when
that's a great
old school
sword.
RuneScape was new school, and WoW was at its peak with Wrath of the Lich King. You're a new player walking through the streets of
You
the
know, I think since the Wrath of the Witch King, hasn't a while kind of fallen off. Like a lot of the Twitch streamers that I would see, like playing WoW. Like I
believe
don't
so.
watch WoW, but I'm talking the big streamers that are always on the front page. Like they used to play WoW all the time, like Asmongold. Now he's just fucking political.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really know, mostly because I never really gave a shit for WoW. I'm gonna be honest. And I don't think I ever will either.
I really only knew of WoW because my dad played it a lot when I was younger. It's just when I would click to Twitch, I would see a lot of big streamers playing it. And now it's not really that crazily often anymore, at the very least, at least from what I've observed. That makes sense. I think it does, maybe. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, no, like people, the big streamers that kind of like blew up from WoW don't really play it much anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of dead to him.
You see a guy type the famous line,
Yeah.
buying GF. And you think to yourself,
Buying
it's kinda weird
GF,
to buy a
desperate.
fictional girlfriend, but whatever. Then in WoW, you find some scantily clad night elves dancing their dirty knife-eared models off in Stormwind Capital for gold. And you think to yourself, do guys
Okay.
get all this
Awesome.
free stuff in games? And the answer is yes, of course they do. And that's why some dudes play as a chick, so they can get those free goodies from simps that just can't get enough of those polygons.
I need to do
In some
that.
cases, the girlfriend
That's
bottle
funny.
and night elves dancings may be girls IRL, or they may be girls or a guy in real life.
I love that
just looking for
acronym.
partners. And for
I've
those
used
of
that
you too young
acronym
to
so
know, that
much.
was a
Me
real
for
term used back in the
real.
day, but we've
I
kind of
remember
lost
that
it. In
meme,
some games,
Pete.
particularly MMOs, these are some real potential advantages that some male players may pursue, but not the only advantages playing as a female character can have. As
That
it was
blue
found
skin
in
demon
some
girl's
studies,
good.
when searching for guilds or groups, it may be easier for a female character to find one, as a player may have a bias to act more chivalrous or charitable to a potential
My
girl
lady.
maybe
Ugh.
just because they want to be nice, or maybe because they want to flirt in group chat. Who can say? And that flirtation can also be leveraged if desired to help go beyond
I
raids
love
and
flirting with
dungeons,
the
but also
homies.
carry them through harder quests and
The
farming. Now, that's
hormies.
not to say that playing as a female character is all loot drops, simps, and free gold. As
I
it
know
can
what
also have
happens
the
in here.
opposite effect
I
of
know
leading
what
to
happens in the
harassment
VR
and negative
chat.
comments by some guys online, so it's kind of a
Nuh-uh.
double-edged sword.
Mhm.
But assuming you stick to text chat and avoid online shooters, you can at least minimize this, since according to a 2020 study, female players in online shooters receive 3 times more negative comments compared to male players. And really, we all knew
think it should
shooters
stay
were more
that way.
toxic than those hot dogs you see spitting at gas stations. Seriously, who buys these? But they'll never reach the peak toxicity of Xbox Live on the original Xbox.
Oh,
Good
Xbox Live
times.
back in the
And there's another
day.
potential advantage in
I'm
multiplayer.
okay. Hot take.
I'd never really played on it. Go on.
I'm just saying we need to go back to the Xbox Live days because people and kids growing up were less soft.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's true.
I get bullying is bad, this, that, the other thing, but oh my god, I'm 23 right now. Kids younger than me are just so freaking soft, and it's just so sad. Along with the weird shit a lot of these kids are doing in school and in general, like, oh my gosh, bring bullying back so we can actually have sanity, in a sense.
Yeah, no, you're right.
There's parts of people that just shouldn't be publicized, and those are parts that really should be bullied into being hidden. All I can bring back is to the clip that many have seen on Twitter of 2 furries in public, dressed up in their gear, arm warmers and everything, and their furry mask. One of them dragging the other one, struggling on the floor, but with a leash, dragging them through a hotel in public. This person's being drug on their back, and they're freaking going in fucking public.
That's something that should just stay in private. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
that's some freaky crap. No public, please. That should have been bullied out of them, to be honest. Hot take, I know I'm a bad person for saying bullying should be back, but like, hey, we don't need that type of stuff in public. I'm not sorry. But either way, back to the video.
Player-focused games that a dude could experience by
Okay, so
playing
where
as a
does the
dudette.
scientific numbers come in?
Underestimation. It seems that
Right,
some
that's what
players
I'm
view
thinking
girls
now,
as
too.
easier targets in PvP-focused modes. And since these PKers can't feel good about themselves unless they're ruining someone's day, they may target female characters. So some experienced male players have taken to using a female model in order to lure other PvPers out. That may overextend because they see a girl as an easier target. And I don't agree with this mindset at all. If I see someone in a PvP focus mode, I'm running like it's Ted Bundy themselves, boy or girl. I'm just trying to train my prayer, leave me alone. So next time you see a girl in the RuneScape wilderness, don't underestimate them. Now, there's one other potential advantage to using a female model that originally I
steal their
wasn't
free
going to
loot.
include, but enough people mentioned it in the poll that I posted that I've got to talk about it, and that's hitboxes. So the idea is that since a
I
woman's
remember
game is
hearing
my
this argument,
God.
smaller
that must
hitbox.
mean that a woman's hitbox is also smaller, thus making them harder to hit. So some guys will play with a female skin just to get a slight edge in particular video games. Now, is this an actual thing? Heck if I know. Do I look smart enough to be a video game developer?
90% of the
But
games,
regardless of whether it's a
no.
real
They just
advantage
use the
or
same
not, I
hitbox
still
and
use it as
same,
a
like,
reason to
Yeah, I
generate
would
online,
think so.
So it bears mentioning.
bone structure for most
Next up, I want
models.
to bring up a niche region to get in touch with your feminine side.
But again,
and
if we go to Fortnite, you know, like freaking muscly Peter Griffin's definitely bigger than a default skin, so I would figure he would have a bigger hitbox, or the hitbox would be like inside
No.
of his body. Then,
Yep.
huh? Interesting. Okay.
So,
very
like,
focused games.
yeah.
Oh.
Using like a smaller model can probably, like, it may seem like you're getting hit less, but that's probably because like they aim for more center mass. Whereas like if you're using like the oversized Peter Griffin model, it probably feels like you're gonna get hit less because they're gonna aim towards you. Since you're just in general you're visually bigger.
But the hitbox is the
Interesting.
same.
Okay.
To let you choose your gender, and that's voice acting. When a game has a male and female
The voice
VA,
acting
the
in
tone,
Fallout's
delivery,
ass.
and sound of the voice
Oh.
acting is going to be different, obviously. And for some people, in most cases, they prefer the female voice over the male one.
Sounds
At least
great.
that's my opinion.
Games like Fallout 4 with Courtney Taylor as the sole
You
survivor.
know, I
Cyberpunk
would say if you're if it's a story driven game, I think I would rather have a auditory pleasing female voice versus a freaking grizzled man freaking
Oh,
reading whatever.
that's why. Yeah, that's why I use female V in Cyberpunk. Because my issue with Fallout is that both the male and female, their voice just feels a little monotone when they're talking about
Monotone and
things.
flat.
But Cyberpunk, there's like actual emotion behind the voice. So
Okay. Fair enough. Makes sense.
77 with Jeremy Lee as V, and Mass Effect with Jennifer Hale as Femsha are all amazing voice actresses with tons of people picking the female character because of their performance. Now, that's not to say the male voice actors are bad, they rock the mic too, it's just a preference thing. I mean, when I heard that the female voice actress for the Trooper in Star Wars The Old Republic was the same as Femsha, I had to play as a woman just because of that.
I'm a charming person. What can I say?
Do I sound like that?
As long as I've known you.
Okay, how many times am I going to bring up Mass Effect in this video? Obviously, this preference doesn't apply to all players or even cross all games for some people, but when a
So
ton of
sad
games
how
feature the
flat you
gruff
are
and
in
tough male
Fallout.
voice in game, it's no surprise that some players will pick a
Ooh,
female voice when given the
booby.
chance, especially if the voice actor is someone who voiced a favorite character of yours from something else. For example, V is the
Yeah.
same voice as Makoto in Persona 5, Femshep is Bastila in Knights of the Old
Oh.
Republic, and the sole survivor is Jack in Mass Effect. Gosh dang it, I did it again! So if you grew up with those games or are just big fans of them, knowing that these characters' VAs play the main character is gonna hold some weight. So while it's probably not the
Hell
biggest
yeah,
factor
yeah.
for some people deciding to play as a woman, it still bears mentioning. Now the next reason is something that I've coined macho fatigue. You know how I mentioned that some players may pick the female character because it's a nice break from the male voice in games where you can't pick your gender? Well, take that and crank it up to 11. When you've got fantastic games like Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War 2018, The Last of Us, and more, where you play as a sad dad that lost a kid and slowly learns to open up emotionally over the course of the game.
Oh,
you may
Jesus,
wanna play
wait.
something a bit less testosterone.
Damn.
So you play as a woman. Now that's not to say that female characters can't be as violent and emotionally distanced as the male characters, especially when at the end of the day, you control and guide the character, male or female. It's just to say that for some guys,
Okay.
playing as a
In
female,
video game, I don't know about you guys, but for me, an insane woman character in a video game just hits different than a dude. I'm not saying freaky, but I
Yeah.
mean like actual like mentally crazy insane. It just hits different, and I think it's more entertaining than some crazy dude because it's just like, okay, hey, he's a crazy killer, whoop-de-doo. But a crazy woman, that's interesting for some reason. I don't know why it works that way in my brain.
I don't know.
I don't know. I may be weird. I don't know.
I couldn't explain it.
gives them a safe environment for them to play a little bit more emotionally in tune. It sounds stereotypical, and that's kind of cause it is, but it is the mindscape of some people. But in reality, it's just a way for them to explore a more emotional side to them by framing it as being a woman. TBH, this group is probably a very small portion, and while it is stereotypical, it does still give them a way to express a side of themselves that they may not show IRL, and could be helpful in a way, so whatever. Games, while fictional, can create real emotional responses, where it can help you understand how to deal with grief, care for those less fortunate, or they just really tug on your heartstrings. And if playing as a girl helps people be a little bit more responsive to those lessons, then I'm okay with that.
That's a chopped
Alright, the last
hairstyle. Oh my
reason is a big
gosh.
one, and it's sexuality
Bro,
and
all
gender.
of those are
If you didn't know, some
like
biological males
awful.
are gay
The
or trans,
frickin'
and
hillbilly
personally prefer to
one
play as a woman
gave me
character
a
because it just
full-on
feels more
vibe
comfortable.
check.
And no, I'm not saying that any guy that plays as a girl is either
Yeah,
gay or
Cyberpunk has some
trans.
crazy hair.
You live your life however you want, and if playing as a woman helps you better express yourself, then go for it. What I am saying is that it makes sense and has some juicy data backing it. In a 2020
Yeah.
study, they found that trans players expressed that the character creation aspect of a game helped them better explore their gender identity. And many trans women even expressed that their first experience living as a woman was through some digital
believe VR
avatar.
chat
And in a
definitely
VR
is
study,
like
it
this is
concluded that
definitely very true about
71%
VR
of
chat.
participants
Speaking of
found
VR chat.
social spaces to be more
Oh,
comfortable
wait.
when presenting their
Yeah,
gender
speaking
identity.
of.
You
Oh
can
my God,
also be
that's
afraid of
us.
this huge
there we go.
Amazon.
Oh.
As for gaming, in every survey, they found that
True.
homosexual players were more likely to gender swap than heterosexual players. Games are all about escapism. So
Hey,
they can
VR
help people with
chat.
different
Updated
gender
VR
identities
chat
and
More
too.
VR
wants to
chat.
freely
Yeah.
express themselves.
Yeah.
Isn't that why we play video games anyways? To experience being somebody we'd rather be? For example, I don't play Animal
Yes.
Crossing just cuz. I do it to experience being a homeowner, which I'd rather be, but that's not happening anytime soon. I
Right?
know that I said that was the last one, but I do actually
Yeah.
have one more
I am
that I
happy.
found that I couldn't
I am
fit
kind of
anywhere
lucky that
else,
my
and
parents
that
were able to get a
reason
home
is
before
comedy
COVID.
and irony.
Yeah.
Some guys just find it funny to play as a girl, not because being a woman is inherently funny, but because
Nah,
playing
it's
as the
clownish,
opposite
totally.
gender can be kind of hilarious. It's a trope in cartoons for a reason, y'all.
Who cares what you think? You're a girl now.
Dang.
Oh, dude,
Nah.
I
Explain this other than
miss
saying
when that was
some
like
guys just
okay
find
to
it pretty
say.
funny to play as a woman and joke
Kinda
about how
comical.
NPCs are just so into them and how they are just so hot and pretty. I've seen plenty of YouTubers make those kinds of jokes and they're pretty funny in context. I don't know what to say.
And my eye makeup is like running down my face. You know why?
It's like how a girl may play as a guy and joke about how handsome they are and how totally massive their wang is, which I have also heard and laughed with. It's some easy, funny humor, and with a group of friends, it can make a play session even more fun. And those are all of the main
Yeah.
reasons that a guy may choose to play as a gal in a video game. But I'm not done yet. Because while there is less data on this,
Oh.
I did get some
There's
info
still
from my
more?
community on why a woman may choose to play as a man, so let's fire those off real
Oh.
quick. A woman may play as a guy to avoid potential harassment or different
Fair.
treatment, good or bad, just because she's a girl. Or perhaps they too like looking at a nice, attractive model, and for them, a male model fits the bill best. Then again, maybe they just feel more comfortable playing as a man. Or they prefer more cool and edgy looking outfits, and male attire tends to lean that way more. To really summarize it
The
from
thing
what I
about
heard
Monster
in my
Hunter is,
poll
like-
and what I read online, all the
Both
reasons
out-
that a
like,
guy
both
may
male
play as
and
a
female
gal
outfits
the
are,
same
like,
reasons that
equally
a
edgy.
gal may play as a guy.
You have to find the good
But
ones.
For some reason, there's a higher percentage of guys that are influenced by these factors when compared to the ladies, and that reason eludes me. Maybe guys just care more about playing as somebody that they find
I mean, if you
physically
realistically think about it, there are more guys playing video games, so there will be a higher majority. So
Well, yeah,
that's
no,
almost a
saying, like,
moot
the
point.
percentages.
You know, he's saying the percentages for like
Why do more guys play as the opposite gender compared to more females playing as the opposite gender? Because
I
as you
don't.
said earlier in the video, it's like 29% of males as the opposite, whereas only females, it's like only 7%.
But how big is this population of women playing? Because if the population of women is smaller, the data's kind of funky. I don't know. I don't remember what the word for it is. And I don't. Is it adjusted
Skewed.
for the population size skew type of thing? I don't know if I'm wording that right.
It's on the internet, realistically speaking. So it could literally, like, I would say that's probably like 9% is probably like a good.
like it makes sense.
It could be a little higher, it could be a little lower, but
Yeah. Okay.
9% doesn't sound like it'd be wrong.
All right.
Or maybe since many games that only have a single character choice feature a male protagonist, this causes a lot of guys to choose to play as a woman when given the chance, thus causing the difference. Or maybe it's something else entirely or a combination of all the reasons. Let me know what you think. Okay, now that is everything on why a guy may choose to play as a gal digitally. I hope you learned
All I know from me, guys, definitely purely aesthetic. I'm just saying, hey, this looks pretty cute. Just saying. But if you guys
I'm gonna be
enjoyed
honest,
that,
This
go
looks
ahead.
better.
Yeah, for
I was gonna
real.
say, this looks better than you.
Nah, I look pretty good. I think I look pretty good. But either way, for those of you that are watching that are like, oh, wait, what are you guys? You guys are dudes and you're using female avatars. What the fuck? Because I know I had some comments in the previous video saying that. Well, video from a couple of days ago. This looks good. So I look good. So it's pretty good. Just saying. But to that,
Hey,
if
my
you guys...
My voice may not match what I look, but hey, at least I'm pretty online.
At least I'm pretty online. I can't look this sexy IRL. But to that, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
If you did enjoy, like, drop us the comments, subscribe. I stream at places, links in the description. Link in the description to the original video too. Please go check out this creator. Awesome video. See ya, guys. Bye. Stay safe.
Sayonara.
Hype up that video.
Don't do drugs.